Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Have you ever recommended an anime to someone who haven't seen one and they didn't like it? You probably recommended an anime you like but forgot to consider that person's preference. Do you want to recommend an anime but having a hard time to choose one for them? Well, I got you covered. Today, I'll list down the anime that you should recommend for first-time anime watcher. Let's get started. If the person you want to recommend an anime likes crime thrillers, then you may want to recommend Death Note. Death Note is a classic anime that is safe to recommend for most first-time anime watcher. Especially to those who always watch crime dramas. It is thanks to its interesting first 2 episodes. It doesn't waste time and immediately introduce the highlight of the show, the cat and mouse chase between L and Light. I know it has supernatural element contrary to most crime thrillers, but it doesn't pull down the show. In contrast, it makes the show more interesting and exciting. Light always finds ways to use Death Note not only to punish evil but to evade his pursuers and eliminate them. L on the other hand is in disadvantage since he's not aware of the rules of the Death Note but he always finds ways to break them down and corners Light, making the latter push himself to the limits. If you already finished this anime but reluctant to recommend this due to the second part, do not worry. We cannot say Death Note is near perfect, but for a first-time watcher it is enough to gain interest in anime. Death Note can topple some new anime in terms of the animation, the direction, the music, the cliffhangers, especially the twists and turn. It became an anime classic for its own right. There's a lot of comedy anime to choose from and I know many will choose Gintama as the funniest one. However, you are recommending an anime to a first-time watcher. Gintama always rely on puns and parodies which will just go way over the head of someone new to anime. So for me, the good anime to recommend to someone who likes comedy is Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'll come out front that the jokes in this anime can't be compared to Gintama. However, it is still enough to make someone who loves to laugh enjoy the jokes and antics of the student council. Plus, the jokes are easy to catch up on and the characters is easy to love with. It also takes a break with comedy by focusing from time to time with romance and character development. This helps the watchers not to get fed up with too much comedy. Besides, if you already watched this series, I'm sure so you won't regret sharing this series to others. Do you want to recommend an anime to a busy adult that they can watch on their small free time or during breaks? Then why not recommend Wotakoi or Love is Hard for Otaku? It tells the story of a pair of couples that work hard during the day and then spend their times with their partner and hobbies afterward. Wotakoi has a good balance of comedy, romance, and slice of life which a busy adult can relate to. The characters are also lovable and easy to relate with. It also avoids heavy drama and large cast of characters. The show really targets adult audience and know what it is doing. A perfect show for those who balance work and personal life. You want to show an anime to a kid who got tired watching Cartoon Networks and Nickelodeon shows? Dragon Ball? Too violent. Doraemon? It have a lot of innuendo. Pokemon? Nah. Let's take SpiritedAway instead. We all know that Studio Ghibli is Japan's Pixar and SpiritedAway is Japan's top-grossing movie of all time. Until Your Name smashed their record. Among Ghibli's movies, SpiritedAway is much more entertaining compared to their other movies targeted for kids like Ponyo and My Neighbor Totoro. Just better stay with them if you can when they watch so you can answer their questions just like is Haku a pedophile? Is child labor legal in a bathhouse? You know the drill. Is the person you want to recommend an anime loves romance? Well, in anime, we have thousands of romance shows to choose from but let's just give them the movie Your Name. After all, it is Japan's top-grossing movie of all time that defeated SpiritedAway. Until Demon Slayer and smashed their record. Your Name have a good love story sprinkled with supernatural element. Just like Twilight. I'm just kidding, so please put down your pitchforks. Since Your Name is a very popular anime film even until now, I'm sure you know its reputation as a good romance anime film. For many including me, it is the best film made by Makoto Shinkai. Good characters, well-paced story, just enough comedy at the beginning, a nice twist near the end, and a satisfying ending. You can rest assured that the person you recommend it will like it and will get more interested in romance anime. Does the person you want to recommend an anime love sci-fi? Let's get them aboard with Cowboy Bebop, a classic anime that brings nostalgia of their childhood to many anime fans. Cowboy Bebop have action, mystery, adventures, and memorable characters. Don't forget that it have one of the greatest anime dub of all time. So you can rest easy Space Cowboy that once they watch this superb series, they'll start pointing fingers at you and say, bang. When it comes to superhero theme, you probably have My Hero Academia on your mind. But I do not recommend it. My Hero Academia would work if the person you want to recommend an anime is already familiar with anime but not yet fully committed. The best introduction I recommend to a person who loves superheroes is One Punch Man. One Punch Man is a parody of superhero shows. Yeah, I know Season 2 sucks in animation, but hey, the characters are interesting and Garo is a good villain from Season 2. So go ahead and give them this good superhero story in anime. Do you want to recommend an anime to a senior citizen like your grandpa or grandma? Then you must recommend the anime Monster instead of Naruto. Senior citizens most of the time is not a big fan of too much action, fantasy or gore. So for me, Monster is one of the anime out there that binds itself closer to reality compared to other anime. Sure, Johan's charisma is almost on supernatural level, but come on. Evil people with high charisma, especially cult leaders, do exist as real life. That's why Monster is the best recommendation for old people. It have great character development, mystery, and of course the greatest villain of all anime. I mean, come on. If a villain is 70% absent on screen but still manages to make the audience feel his presence, that is one of a kind villain. So give your grandparents a good anime experience with Monster. Horror is not an effective theme in anime. You cannot find an otaku or anime fan that found an anime that made them turn on the light when they sleep. Sure, horror anime can have gore, but jump scares and creepy atmosphere, which is a major part of horror, is very hard to execute in anime. For me, the anime who managed to nearly execute these factors is the first adaptation of Higurashinonakukoroni, or Whentheycry in English. Whentheycry managed to use a good factor of horror. The character had gruesome experience from an unknown enemy. The show managed to blend mystery and horror properly. It also sprinkles comedy when horror is being dormant and waits for the right moment to strike. People who loves horror will surely appreciate this gem. But please don't let them watch the remake, the dub, and the OVA. Avoid them at all costs. If none of the categories above fit on the person you want to recommend an anime, then let them watch Attack on Titan. You surely know by now that the Season 1 of Attack on Titan managed to blow away not only inside the anime community but also even others who are not familiar with anime. Sure, it have ups and downs, but it is still an epic anime. It have good action, mystery, character development, and of course good music. The first 2 episodes would surely hook them to the show. And with Season 4 Part 2 coming up soon, this is the good time for new anime watchers to catch up with this anime. It is fairly safe to introduce someone who never watched an anime. Unless the person who you want to recommend an anime already watched the Attack on Titan live action, avoid giving Attack on Titan and switch to Death Note. So there you go, folks. If you have a better list of anime recommendation, then please let us know in the comment section. Please also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.